Crazy, crazy day in college football yesterday. Great if you're a fan, not necessarily if you're a gambler, because there were either so many blowouts or so many upsets involving nationally ranked teams yesterday. Now, it was an interesting day for me from a perspective if you compare it to the previous Saturday. 2 Saturdays ago, I won a perfect 4-0 with my free picks here on the video report in college football, okay? And they were all easy winners, but my best bet that day happened to be Auburn in the first half of their game that day, and their opponent kicked the 25-yard field goal with no time remaining as the first half gun sounded and managed to push for that game for me. So 4-0 sweep with the free plays, and then I push with my best bet. So yesterday, as you know, I go 0-4-1 with my free picks. But you know how hot I had been with my free picks, winning, 40 out of 64 over the previous 6 weeks before yesterday. But my best bet yesterday was Baylor. Now, that was a game where Baylor was up 7-0 at halftime only because Texas's quarterback, Swoops, managed to fumble the ball on the 1-yard line right before intermission. And, Bryce Petty had his worst game of the entire season, maybe of his entire career, I think, 7 of 21. The Baylor offense was stopped dead in its tracks, especially its passing game by the Texas Longhorns defense. But Baylor broke the game open in the third quarter on a fake punt on a 4th down situation and eventually pulled away and got the win and a cover. So I have to be honest with you. 4-0 with free picks and push with my best bet. 0-4-1 with my free picks and win my best bet. What do you think I'm going to settle for, guys? Hey, and the best thing about it is winning yesterday with Baylor puts me in the position to once again raise the bar. Now, yesterday Baylor was a 15-dime release, which, with rare exception, that is my top-rated play. But today, as I said, I'm raising the bar once more because not only did I cash with that 15-dime play yesterday on Baylor, but I've won 30 of the past 44 days. So that means today, ultra-rare 30-dime release in the NFL. I've had only 12 of these plays, okay, over the past 6 seasons. I've won 9 of those 12, including Philadelphia over Jacksonville in week number 1. This is the biggest NFL play of my career, and it is going today. And just like the week 1 winner on Philadelphia, you're going to get it at a huge discounted price because, again, I don't believe you have to pay big money to win big money. And it's the half-price play of the day as I go for winning day number 31 of 45. Keep in mind, it's twice as big as yesterday's winner on Baylor. It's 3 times bigger than those 10-dime releases, of which I've won 20 out of 25 over the past 6 weeks. And, of course, you've gotten 20 discounted winners from me in that 6-week stretch. 9-2 NFL run dating back to the preseason. It's all on the line today. And the coupon code is simply the word HALF, H-A-L-F. Now, with all that being said, let me just give you the standard disclaimer. And I say that jokingly, but I mean it from the heart. Listen, guys, if you've been with me for the past 6 weeks, you've won a fortune because I've won a fortune, okay? So when it comes to how you play this game, in terms of asset allocation and bankroll management, you've got to look at your own bankroll. And you've also got to acknowledge the fact whether or not you've been with me for the past 6 weeks or not. Because those with me for the past 6 weeks, well, we're playing with other people's money, no ifs, ands, or buts. If you haven't and you're chasing for a win, well, guys, you got to play this play accordingly. And no matter what, listen, the golden rule of gambling is this. You never bet more than you can possibly afford to lose because that way you always avoid the deep financial abyss from which there is no possible escape. I've been saying this for 20 years. So you're not playing this game with funds that are earmarked to pay the rent, pay the mortgage, put food on your table for those Christmas layaway gifts. No, you're playing this game with disposable income, and it's all based on your own bankroll management, the size of your bankroll, your asset allocation. So there. Because win or lose, I'm going to be here tomorrow. Of course, I'm not going to be playing the game tomorrow night, Seattle-Washington, because I think it sucks. I think it's a hard game. I'll go back to baseball tomorrow probably, unless I have a change of heart in the next 24 hours. This is the NFL play for me because, I didn't play the Thursday night game either. So anyway, that's what I have going today. Listen, Jeff Benton, yesterday he got his non-conference total of the year as the 777 triple play. Stanford and Notre Dame under. Another good game. Today, AFC total of the year, Ravens, Colts, 75-9 winner, number 16 to 22. And again, it's the 777 triple play. Hey, you've gotten 26 discounted winners from Jeff over the past 9 weeks. He's won a hell of a lot of money. $10 bettors up over $14,660 since April. You get it today for $7.77 using coupon code 777, $5 play of the day. Matt Rivers, his Sunday night total of the year, Bengals and Patriots. Hey, let me just, sometimes I look at the website and something strikes me when I'm doing this video report. And I just want to check here one particular handicapper's plays here today, just to, because I like to give you the heads up when the opportunity presents itself. Okay, yeah. Nothing more than I expected or didn't expect. Hey, listen, that Bengals-Patriots game tonight, that is a game that most of the handicappers have not touched here at the site. However, I see that Anthony Red has a play as part of his trifecta today, and it's a 50-dime release, and he comes into today on an 18-8-1 run. So I'll tell you what, after 5 p.m. Eastern time, I will reset his price, and I will note on the homepage, right on the very top of the homepage, a special discounted price for the Bengals-Patriots side as part of Anthony Red's package. He's won 8 out of 11 in the NFL regular season. As I said, he's on a 18-8-1 football run. Again, that'll be available here after 5 p.m. Eastern time. I've got to run out today. I had a lot of things to do, but I will come back, make sure that I update the site for you today, because I realize a lot of you want that Sunday night bailout opportunity. And listen, I know Matt Rivers has the total as the $5 play of the day for the Bengals Patriots, but this gives you another opportunity as well. The Marquee TV game today, no ifs, ands, or buts. It's that little game between Denver and Arizona. Huge discounted price. How about this? Steve Buden's #1 football crew, the Cali Cartel, their 100-dime NFL winner #2 in a row. Football winner #7 out of 8 this season. You save $75 off the purchase price by using the word Marquee. That's MARQUEE. It's twice as strong as yesterday's winner on Mississippi State over Texas A&M. It's twice as strong as last Sunday's winner on the Dolphins over the Raiders. And it matches their first 100-dime release, which you also got at a huge discounted price. Monday night, the Chiefs outright in that pummeling of the Patriots. Oh, pummeling of the Patriots. Don't you like that? A little bit of alliteration, how that sounds. Trace Adams. Oh, here's an interesting one for you. Trace Adams yesterday. So Trace Adams had the third ever 2,500 star play of his career yesterday in college football, which is the biggest play he's ever had. Virginia's up 24-3, I think it was at halftime against Pittsburgh, playing at home. They're laying 4.5 to 5 points. What happens? Pittsburgh scores some late score points in the fourth quarter. Ends up being a push. Now, I realize many of you out there won the game at 4.5. However, Trace is taking it as a push, and that's what we do here, bookkeeping-wise, because I cannot be certain that every single one of you got Virginia at 4.5. A lot of you may have gotten Virginia at 5. Many of you could have. So it's just a push. For those of you that won the play, hey, great news. You shopped around. If you don't have at least a couple of offshore sports books or Vegas sports books that you're comparing prices on, shame on you. You should be. Especially since if you're playing offshore, there's some of those big name sports books that you're always laying an extra half point to a point when you're betting favorites, which is advantageous if you're betting the dogs, but not if you're eating up the chalk, okay? So anyway, Trace Adams today raised the bar 1,500 star double-digit blowout of the year, part #2. It goes at 1 o'clock Eastern time. You get the play for just $29. That's right, $29 by using coupon code TRACE. Hit part 1 last Sunday when he scored with Indianapolis, laying 7.5 at home over Tennessee, 41-17. So that's a little bit of the who's hot. Now let me be fair and tell you a couple of things about the who's not. Brian Rosica, going for his second straight 150-dime release yesterday. Ugh, what a horrific game he picked. UCLA. I mean, if you watched the game, you know the Bruins never, ever, ever, ever had a chance in that contest. So that was a bad one. Shawn Michaels, we should tar and feather him because he actually lost the play yesterday. One night after hitting a 100-dime max wager on Utah State, he lost with West Virginia yesterday. So that means $10 bettors in football have only won like 30,000 and some change over the past 5 years. And they're only up in all sports over the past 17 months, nearly $25,000. But again, I got to fire his ass tomorrow. That's all there is to it. Okay, let's get to your free selections here. First game, I'm going to take a look at, let's see, can I do this in reverse chronological order? Do I have a late game here? Yeah, Kansas City and San Francisco. I like the way the Chiefs have rebounded here because they've got a running game. Niall Davis, of course, stepped in when Jamal Charles was out and produced a couple of monster games, including one on Monday night against the Patriots when Charles returned and they combined, to run for over 200 yards in that contest. Well, that's the type of 1-2 punch you're going to need. Now, Philadelphia was unable to run at San Francisco last week because of a myriad of offensive line problems. But I think Kansas City, despite having offensive line problems of their own, will be able to run the ball effectively with that power 1-2 punch. Listen, you don't want Alex Smith, who has been very effective in the last 2 wins for the Chiefs, throwing 6 touchdown passes, completing over 70% of his passes, to be throwing the ball 40 times here in his return to San Francisco. But you better believe Alex Smith wants to win this game, right? You remember how he exited San Francisco. Okay, the 49ers dominated Philadelphia yesterday, and still the Eagles were, or last Sunday, and yet still the Eagles were in a position to win that game with a 1st and goal in the final minute of play, okay? So they won that game 26-21 despite winning it on the stat column because they continually turned over the ball and made boneheaded plays, poor clock management, especially on Colin Kaepernick's part, with 2 stupid timeouts in the game. I thought Harbaugh was going to have a coronary on the sideline. This is a team that lost 23-14 at Arizona, right? Lost 28-20 at home against Chicago. It's not like the 49ers are a juggernaut, guys. They have been decimated by injuries and suspensions on their defense. So I think Charles and Davis will be effective enough. I see Kansas City's getting 5 to 5.5. I think this is a field goal game one way or another. So I would go with Kansas City in this particular contest. One of your early games on the board, taking a look at the game between the Giants and the Falcons. Listen, have you seen the Falcons play any defense? They didn't play any defense at home in their opener against the Saints, right? They managed to win it 37-34 in overtime. They certainly didn't play any defense in their first 2 road games either. And last week, they made Teddy Bridgewater in his first NFL start look like a future Hall of Famer. I mean, my God, they couldn't do anything against him. Now, meanwhile, the Giants, that West Coast offense, could it be because they played 2 lousy teams, the Texans and the Redskins, the past 2 weeks? Who knows? But I know one thing. They put 30 points up on a 13-point victory over the Texans, and they beat up the Redskins, courtesy of Kirk Cousins, 146 interceptions in that game, 45-14 in that Thursday nighter. They've had 2 extra days to prepare. Eli Manning, suddenly, Eli's not throwing to the wrong team. 6 touchdowns, 1 interception in those past 2 wins, okay? They've got the extra prep time, as I said. Vikings ran for 241 yards against the Vikings last week. Well, you've got Rashard Jennings and the rookie out of Boston College, Andre Williams, powering a very potent ground game for the Giants. And when the Big Blue run, that makes Eli Manning a hell of a lot better quarterback, doesn't it? Giants are 1-9 straight up in their last 10 on the road. They're 4-9-1 against the spread in their last 14 road games overall. Their offensive line was decimated by injuries coming into the Vikings game, and they lost 2 more starters. They also lost their top defensive back, William Moore. Falcons' 2nd straight road game outside of division play. Giants, I think, are pretty cheap at 4.5. If you got them at that price, you got to buy down the half point and ride New York. Last free pick, I'm going to go with Indianapolis. Even though I've said to you many times I'm not convinced that the Colts defense can do anything. I don't think they can stop anybody. But I'm going to go with them here today at home against Baltimore because I don't think the Ravens are that good either. Listen, Andrew Luck, 8 touchdown passes last 2 games versus Tennessee and Jacksonville. Again, Tennessee and Jacksonville, so consider the competition. But 2 must-wins for the Colts as well after starting the season 0-2 with the loss at Denver and the home loss where they blew a double-digit lead at home to Philadelphia. Ravens, yeah, I know they've covered 8 of their last 11 as an underdog, okay? But I'm still not that impressed with Baltimore, okay? You beat up an injury-riddled Carolina team. You barely got by 23-21 at Cleveland. You looked okay in a 26-6 home win against Pittsburgh, but you certainly got outplayed in that Bengals home opening loss, right? 23-16. Trent Richardson and Ahmad Bradshaw, they've given the Colts a little bit of a running game here. Not a great running game, but hey, any running game for the Colts is better than what they've had the past couple of years. That takes a lot of the pressure off of Luck. That also puts Luck in constant play action possibilities. I think it's going to be a high-scoring, entertaining game. I think Indianapolis, so, is the 3-point choice, is the way to go. And again, you know my philosophy, guys. If the lines cross 3, 4, or 7, sometimes even 10, I always buy up or buy down the half point, depending on whether I'm the favorite or the underdog, and I would do so in that game, just like in the Giants as well. That'll do it, guys. Best of luck to you all. And remember, check back at the website after 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and I will put some ridiculously cheap price up for Anthony Redd's Sunday night selection. Talk to you then.